Welcome to the Business for Breakfast seminar series presented by Huddleston Bolin. Business for Breakfast seminars provide very practical information for business people on topics ranging from sales and marketing to customer service, employee relations, technology, and accounting. For information about upcoming seminars, go to www.huddlestonbolin.com/events, or to view videos from past seminars, visit e4b-huddlestonbolin.com. The topic of today's seminar is providing outstanding customer service. Our guest speaker is David Beam, a franchisee of the company Action Coach. Co-sponsors for the seminar are Huddleston Bolin and SCORE.
I've met you this morning, all three of you this morning, and I'm David Beam with Action Coach Business Coaching. I've had my own franchise for 8 years and helped small businesses. And what I typically like to do when I start a presentation like this is I would like to get some agreements in place so that you can get the most out of your learning. Does that sound good? And so the first one is probably the most important one, and I start everything I do, any kind of coaching or any event or any relationship, business relationship, this way. A foundational cornerstone piece that we have in Action is called Above and Below the Line, and it's just a way to explain taking ownership. So if you want to do it, I can do it this way because we're small again. I'll just do it this way. OARBED. You want to write that down? You could even make it in a little corner since you've got one piece of paper. I've got several I can use here. I ask folks when they work with me to stay above this line. Now we all go down here, it's very human, and below this line we've got a bed, and it's called blame, excuse, and denial. So blame, excuse, and denial. And then when you're talking about customer service, it's always the customer's fault in some way because they don't know what they're talking about, or we have excuses about why we're not going to take this stuff out of here and do anything with it, or we're in denial that we even need to be a whole lot better. And here's a very common thing that I run into. Most people have a sense that they're really good at customer service. And many people are very good at customer service. In fact, the people that I talk to in these venues are very good because they see a value in getting up early, coming out, sitting down, working on it, and thinking about it. And good is the enemy of great. You think about water. It comes to a boil at 212, and that's when it becomes steam and it really becomes powerful. At 210, it's right there. It's tepid, it's very hot, but that extra 2 degrees. And I think what you'll find in customer service is very often is the little things. It's the little bit extra, it's the little bit more, it's the little bit unexpected that really creates that experience for your customers where they are just wowed all the pieces. Well, where does that happen? That happens above the line. Now above the line we've got ownership, accountability, and responsibility. And again, we could go 2 hours just on this one little flip chart here. But above the line you take ownership. Ownership's kind of the umbrella there. Accountability is the outward piece. That's for results. And then responsibility is the inward piece. And the most important part of this little flip chart is the line. So where you all work, or where you have worked in the past, or the people that you work with, if people for the most part stayed above that line, how would it look? Just kind of think about that. If people stopped blaming. And it's not wrong to be below the line. It's very human to be down there, so I don't want to beat people up for that, but I want you to think that down here, this is victim and this is owner. And that distinction is just major in anything that you do. Down here, my hands are cuffed. If it's somebody else's fault, then I can't do anything about it. If I have an excuse, well, that's a reason. Dave, I've had this. Dave, well, it's not an excuse, it's a reason. I said, yeah, it's a reason. There's reasons and there's results, and reasons don't count. As long as you have a reason that you can't get something done, a reason that you can't satisfy a customer or really wow a customer, if you've got a reason that we can't do this in our business, then you'll never do it. It's a victim place to be. I don't think it's wrong. I think this is an awareness tool. You are aware you're here so you can get up here. Y'all agreed to stay above the line as we go through this? That's great.
If you remind us.
Well, and I will. And you can. By the way, I have my people, folks that I work with and coach. They remind me when I get down there too, because I go there too. All right. Second rule is fun. F-U-N. That's it. What you have fun with, you learn. When you're having fun, you engage. When you're not having fun, you kind of zone out. So if you go back to your school days, the courses and the things that you did there that you really enjoyed were the things that you really learned from. The things that you don't enjoy tend to be the things you're bored with and you don't participate. Now, I believe fun is a choice. I think you can take ownership for your fun and your happiness and your joy in life, really. So what that means is, I'm going to choose to have fun today. Got that choice? Everybody on that page? Is that okay? Good. Third rule. I've only got four. Only 4 rules. Third rule is there are 2 words, I know, I-K-N-O-W. You have to take those and write those down and then cross them out, because knowledge is the enemy of learning. How so?
You think you know it already, so you tune it out.
Mm-hmm. If the glass is full, how much more can you put in it? If you come in and know everything there is to know about customer service this morning and how to help your organization be better at this, what are you going to learn from me?
Nothing.
Nothing. If you can get rid of the I know and that sense of righteousness, and you can just open up with a non-judgmental ear and listen, that you can learn from everyone, even a customer that has no idea of what they're talking about. Our last rule is participation. 100% in, 100% out, because the only failure in life is not mistakes. We all make mistakes. In fact, mistakes are a great thing. Mistakes are a wonderful learning tool. Sometimes a little painful, but sometimes when you've got a little bit of emotion and pain in something, you learn a lot better. You tend to remember those things. So a mistake responded to correctly can be one of the best learnings. People that make the most mistakes in life learn the most. So we've already said knowledge is the enemy of learning, fun is a choice, and participation is key. 100% participation. What you put in is the only failure is the failure to participate is the rule. The first thing we want to look at is more consistent. And here's a great question, coaching question for you all. Why is consistency critical in customer service? Customer service is 80% on emotion, 20% on logic. It is a very emotional, right brain, holistic issue. Consistency. What is the feeling that consistency creates?
Security.
Security.
Routine.
Routine.
Expectations.
Expectations. So what I want you to do is take at least your first moment of truth and say, how can I make that moment in a positive way more consistent? With consistency, we want to make it easier to transact or do business with you at that point instead of hard. And then on top of those 2 foundational pieces, we want to add the wow. And that's the 212 degrees. So until there's this comfort and this consistency, and that it's very easy and relaxed and easy to do business with you, let's not add the wow. The wow is the additional thing that we add that puts it over the top. Most people, when they think of customer service and these kind of presentations, are thinking, I'm going to go find out how to wow my customer. Absolutely. Absolutely want to do that. That creates that loyalty, that lifelong experience that people talk about forever. However, if you don't create those wows with these other 2 foundational pieces, it can be schmaltzy and it can undermine that feeling of loyalty.